I forget the guy's name, but that's basically it. Yeah, basic fighter, basic 1-2 puncher. He's my best opponent to face the date. Both of us have 2 losses, so I know it's a. With having God in your life, everything, your whole perspective on life changed, and your whole perspective on everything changed. So that's all I really can say about it. I'm calm. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in my situation. I thank God for the opportunity. I thank Rock Nation for the opportunity. Thank everybody for support me, who support Thomas K.L. Snow, and we ready to do it.
So you're going to be one of the televised fights on BET. What do you feel about boxing coming onto that network?
It's a great thing. Boxing been on free TV. I think that's free, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's great that boxing is on free TV now. People don't have to pay for it. People don't have to have Showtime or HBO.
Yeah.
So for those people who can't afford those things, I think it's awesome for them to see the sport of boxing, and I think it's gonna make the sport of boxing go up.
Yes, talking about fighting on free television, that's been a big thing for DC fighters. So how was that for you to be actually included one of those fighters now?
I always been around the block, as you know, and it's just a great thing that I can be one of those names that has did that before, that fought on free TV and been one of the boxers in DC, because DC has some of the greatest boxers in the world. We got the Gary Russells, we have the Lamont Petersons, we got the Headbangers gym, we got the Enigma gym.
Yeah, we have a whole lot of fighters.
The list goes on and on. Mike Reed and all those guys. So
So speaking about it, because it's been a short amount of time. After the Amir Khan Peterson fight here in 2011, 2012 has erupted up until this day. And Friday will be another fight at the DC Armory. It's like the third or fourth fight in 2 months. So how about being part of that?
It's awesome.
Actually, behind a Showtime fight.
But this is the beginning though, so I think it's awesome that it's happening. But I know that our amateur program is awesome. So you gotta get a shout out to all the amateurs. DC is about to be the mega of boxing once again. Once again, we will have like 6, 7, 8 champions in the District of Columbia. So Dusty, like I said, you got the Petersons, Michael Fox, the Fox brothers. You got it's rich with boxing.
The list is huge in DC. So let's talk about your fight coming up. Preparation, and actually I want to talk to Herschel about that. Herschel, how was Thomas's preparation for this fight? You see anything different that he's doing now than he did before?
Well, I think the focus was different. The nucleus of the training was pretty much the same. Boxers historically, they hit the heavy bag, the speed bag, doubling bag, but it was certain key things that we, looked at, that we seen, that we prepared for. We kind of know his strengths, we understand some of his weaknesses, and we just prepared accordingly. But also the main thing is being able to make adjustments, regardless of, he's. Sometimes you have to be careful looking at footage, because that could be specific to a fighter. But the main thing is we just prepared for being able to adapt.
And Thomas, let's talk about you are now being the opener of a guy that you watched since he was a kid, Dusty Hernandez Harrison, actually. And what do you see in his growth now? Him fighting the headline in a Rock Nation, actually being the first Rock Nation boxer. How does it feel to see that guy?
It's awesome because since Dusty been 6 years old, man, he used to run 2 miles ago. We was just talking about that over in the corner, and seeing him coming from a boy. If you look at any of his amateur tapes, you'll hear me in the background cheering him on. I've been in his
even
career,
some of the pro fights,
in most of the pro fights. I've been in his career for a long time, so it's kind of awesome seeing a young guy get his opportunity to be a world champion and make the sport grow of boxing and be awesome in the sport, because he's an awesome fighter.
Okay. So Thomas, how'd you get into boxing?
I like to fight, and then My mom said, "Do you want to box?" I said, "Yeah." So we went in the gym. Adrian Davis was my first trainer. I went over to Hillcrest with Mr. McCann, rest in peace. And then I went back to the round 1 and did great in the amateurs. And I'm a pro now.
What was your